Again, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, Poise Entertainment Education Company, and the You Can Do It program. Cleveland, we have a great show lined up for you. Today, we have the Cleveland City News and their staff, and we have a great hip-hop artist group by the call of Lost City, and we want you to sit back and we want to enjoy the show with you and have a great time. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. Now, another thing before we get into our show, again, we have the Poise Entertainment Education Company's Greatest You Can Do It program. This book is on Amazon.com. If you hadn't ordered this book, Cleveland, by all means, do so. Again, Amazon.com. You may log in and order Poise Entertainment Education Greatest You Can Do It program. Remember, Cleveland, this book was dedicated to you, and we would like for you to join in and order our book and support us in our effort. And again, Cleveland, I want to say thank you for all of your kind support, and thank you for all of your great donations, and we look forward to meeting you. Again, if you want to get in touch with us and support us more, you can email us at poise.edpeoplepc.com, and it will show at the bottom of our screen with the email address. We want to hear from you. We love you. We want to hear your opinions, and we want your input. Again, thank you for being there for us. Again, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we have Lady Gilmore from the Cleveland City News. Lady Gilmore, it's a pleasure having you here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so very much for having us here today. I am so excited.
I am very excited as well. Now, Lady Gilmore, we are going to talk about several events, and we're going to talk about your background and your status. But the first question I want to ask you is, how did you get involved with the City News?
Well, I've been knowing James Crosby for quite some time. Our paths have crossed, and finally I decided this time last year to come on board of City News staff. I love the public. I love dealing with the people, because the people is who make us who we are.
Very much so, and you should be commended. Now, Lady Gilmore, I know through your experience and your trials and tribulation, and you wear a lot of hats. Let's talk about one of the hats that you wear in general, because the public in Cleveland should be very fortunate to have an inspirational person like you. Lady Gilmore, now, what department do you work with in City News? And talk to us about how they came about, and what's your job description and what you do. Because I know that some youth out there or some person out there may want to get into newspapers and so forth, and the newspaper business and so forth. So enlighten us.
I certainly will. It's an honor again. I'm the regional sales manager at City News, but my background started at the age of 8 years old. My father and my mother, my daddy started his business out of our home. So I have the sales experience to share with the young people. Whatever you want to be, just step out on faith and do it.
Now, Lady Gilmore, moving on, you know that our youth is very important. Now, how can we assist our youth, and what advice do we have for our today's parents? Can you give us some advice?
It starts at home. Teach our children at home, so when they meet Brother Smith, myself, Mr. Crosby, and all of us, they will know. Our youth, I love young people. We need to mentor them. Have you mentored someone today? Take the young people up under our wing and teach them, because they are duplicating us, Brother Smith. That's what they're doing. And they are awesome entrepreneurs. They have a lot of ideas. And we need to have a listening ear to sit down at the table and listen to these young people and give them a chance. Again, I say, follow their dreams. And that's what we're going to do, help them to follow their dreams. I am in sales. I'm a people person. I'm in front of the people every day, all day long, with a smile on your face. That smile will open a lot of doors for you, where they may be busy or may not be busy. When they see that pleasant smile, that changes the whole attitude of the day.
Very much so. Now, moving on, because we're going to be talking more throughout our show, you and I, and you also my co-host and so forth for City News and Poise Entertainment and so forth. But one more question before we move on to other phases of our show. Through your trials and your tribulations, what made you know that you can do it?
Prayer. My parents taught me how to pray. You have to put God in your life. He will give you that courage to jump over that hurdle. When you run into those encouraging stumbling blocks that say no, just turn it around and let it say on your way I go. That's what we have to do, and that's what helps me. Encourage and hold on and trust God, because He will direct your paths. And believe me, Brother Smith, He will place you in places that you just pinch yourself, as my pastor say. How did I get here? That's what we want the young people to know. That it worked for Brother Smith, it worked for Lady Gilmore, it worked for Brother James Crosby, it works for all of us. And most of all, young people, stay focused.
Now stay tuned, Cleveland, because we have a great show coming up, and there is a lot more to come. And again, thank you and welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum.
And I thank you.
Opportunity can be everywhere yet nowhere for inner city teens without a vision of their place in the world or a map to help guide them. Poise Entertainment Education Company, a Cleveland-based nonprofit organization, provides opportunity and guidance through educational and vocational events targeting careers in the entertainment industry. To volunteer your time, to make a tax-deductible contribution, contact us now. Poise, helping the youth of Cleveland find their place in the world.
Again, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we have James Crosby, the publisher and owner of the Cleveland City News. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, James. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you're more than welcome. Now, James, let's get straight to the meat of it. We know that you're the owner, publisher, director of the Cleveland City News. Now, tell us, how did this all begin?
Wow, it's 10 years in the making, and started off with the name of another newspaper. A lot of hard work, a lot of money, and basically it was an option to go out and try to service the community in a way that only we can do when we're talking about African American issues in the African American marketplace.
Very much so, and James, you should be commended for all your hard effort and your work and so forth, and we'd just like to thank you again for being here and sharing your great input.
I would like to request from you, what made you decide on a newspaper? You could have decided on a furniture store, or make company, Kaufman's, shoes. What made you decide on a newspaper?
That's a very good question. As many of you know, I'm a second generation entrepreneur. My family started a retail furniture store called Crosby Furniture about 42 years ago. A lot of people ask me why I have not gone into that, or if I'm going to go into that. Entrepreneurship has been in my blood. When I was working for the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio, I was educating a lot of people in terms of personal finance, career development, and entrepreneurship. My background is in banking and finance. I have a master's degree in finance. And I said, you know what, it's time that I started to do something for the community and educate the general community, and for those issues of things that most people don't understand much about, which again is personal finance, career development, and entrepreneurship. The newspaper is a way to do it. I didn't know how hard it was, but it's definitely a great way to do it because you reach the masses. We print and publish 50,000 newspapers a week, and as a result, I get a chance to talk to and educate 50,000 people every single week.
Now, James, let's move on. A person that wants to be successful in newspaper business and so forth, what is the basic steps and goals that one should follow if they want to go into a field of that nature?
Okay. You know what? It's a lot of going into business for yourself. There's certain things you have to do. First of all, you have to be proficient at one aspect of the business, regardless of if it's a car company, if it's a newspaper, if it's a TV station, if it's a mortgage company. You've got to be proficient at one thing. It's best if you're proficient at a lot of things, but the reality is you want to be proficient at one thing. Then you want to make sure that you're finally capitalized. You can't go into something without the necessary equity, because as most people know, it's going to take 6 months at least before you start generating enough revenue to making it work. I think most important in this is to understand your marketplace, who you're selling your goods and services to, and how competitive you are within that framework that you aspire to work in. Don't set your goals to be too high to say I'm going to do a national launch of a magazine or newspapers. Pretty much unrealistic. But you can say I want to tackle the greater Cleveland area, then I want to tackle Ohio, then I want to tackle another state. That's more realistic. And then finally, it's who you know. You need to make sure that you've been networking with the right people all along, because you can't do it on your own. You've got to get the help of other people that have been successful either in your industry or field or outside of your industry and field, who can help bring you along and get you connected to the right people.
Again, James, you should be commended for your great info. Now, before we let you go, we have one final question for you. We know through your trials and your tribulations and your turnabouts and your ups and downs, through all of these terminals and so forth, what made you know that you can do it?
I never thought that I couldn't do it. And it's just that simple. I never thought I couldn't do it. I'm going to tell you what, I wake up every day with a different challenge, hurdle, obstacle, get kicked in the face, get kicked in the butt. But you know what, though? You smile, you say, okay, that's just one thing I got to deal with. You get rid of that, and you move on to the next thing, because nobody's going to stop me, and that's all there is to it.
Very good, James. It was just a pleasure to have you here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to share all this wonderful, great input. And I know that Cleveland should be very fortunate to have a man of your status to bring forth not only a newspaper, but great wisdom to all mankind. And we want to thank you again for being here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And may God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Again, welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. We have a hip hop group, Lost City. It's a pleasure to have Lost City rap group at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, starting with you, Shoot Game. Talk to us about what role you play and how all of this came about with Lost City.
Well, I'm an MC in Lost City, and Lost City, well, we were two groups actually, and we came together and we formed it. We all had a common goal in mind, so we went ahead and tried to achieve it, and that's what we're doing now.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with City News. Tell us what your name is.
Yes, my name is Verse, the 16-bar specialist.
Verse, the 16-bar specialist. Now, what type of name is that, and where did it originate from?
Well, I came up with the name because I feel I'm nice with 16 bars.
Now, for the music lovers out there, what does the 16 bars mean?
Basically, it's your original 16-bar notes that you normally lay down to a track.
Bar, let's introduce yourself.
My name is Jay Swin.
Jay Swin?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell us about that name as well.
That name originates, it's a combination between myself, my first name is Jay, and my second name is Winner. So we take Jay, cut the Winner short, you got Jay Swin. That's what's going on.
So you're telling our young people that want to get in the business that they can be a Jay Son winner?
Actually, I'm telling all young people out there that I like to win, and it's not hard to win. You can obtain any goal that you set, and I suggest that you work hard for it.
Well, let's start with our next artist. And your name, sir?
Mega.
Mega, it's a great pleasure to have you at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, let's get to the meat of this. Through your trials and your tribulations and your hardships, what made you know that you can do it?
Just from the response that we've gotten from the public. We get a lot of love everywhere we go, whether it be even on the internet. We've had the opportunity to travel places like Miami, Toronto, and bless crowds out there.
You should be commended for your great efforts. Now, moving on, there's going to be a lot of youth out there want to be a artist, hip hop, rapper. What advice would you give to our today's youth?
Take constructive criticism well, because you're going to get it when you start. And just keep at it no matter how many years it takes, you know what I'm saying? But also listen to people. If you don't got it, don't waste your time.
If someone want to get in touch with Lost City, how would they go about that? Enlighten us.
You can check us out on cdbaby.com. Search for Lost City. You can listen to snippets of our music and even leave us a review. And there's also attachments to our web address as well.
I think that you guys are doing a wonderful job throughout the Cleveland area and throughout the world. I want to commend you guys for your great effort. Poise Entertainment Education Company, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum, the Cleveland City News. We wish you guys great success and great endeavors. And we want to thank you your great wisdom and your great talent. And Cleveland, we're going to turn them loose and let Lost City rock and hip your soul. And thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, man.
From Cincinnati to Dayton, these guys find the rain, so you better lay low. From Mansfield to Canton, you hear them hollering, chanting, saying Ohio. From Toledo to Georgetown, know these tactics laying around. Keep your mouth closed. It's Ohio, the blood state, Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. State, Ohio, Poise. It's the east, west, and south, got a home style from both deep to the land, young town, below. To the national boys, hustling, big head, what's the growth? I know some boys is mindless, the boys in the body you up. Plus some roll-beating girls that you just hand drugs. I know some dogs that always keep bad pockets and buck. Black stack on the block, making money some bucks. You gotta trust, I guarantee to put it down for the struggle. Maintain my hustle in the rain. In Ohio, renegade, swinging the blade through this concrete jungle, paving the way for all my people chasing money in several ways to stay paid. Whether it be posted on the blocks or serving beats to the grave, or holding a 9-to-5 job, stacking till all bills paid. For me, I move music like I move weight in the book form, in the hook state. It's on and poppin', we live, let's celebrate. Keep it fucking crackling, 71, no got them girls on dancing while players ballin', trying to make it to yankin'. You can put my first platinum album in the rock, all the veins off the name. How you coming with a stronger name? And you were prepared for all we was confused and scarecrows in our home disciples. Yeah, I know the ride and we lush roll, rivals get lush roll, ride to the hood, go down the side of the home. From Cincinnati to Dayton, these cats locked and waiting, so you better lay low. From Mansfield to Canton, you hear them hollering, chanting, saying Ohio. From Toledo to Georgetown, know these cats ain't playing around. Keep your mouth closed. It's Ohio, the blood state, Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. Always look over your shoulder. The state patrol be on the lookout for that yoga. Up in the patio, you rolling in the champagne. That's gas. No pros around the loose trades. All the way to Columbus. The buck stay blocky hot. Cause in my hood, you dog got stopped. Up giving on the way to Michigan. Kept the rep in the state double O. Not homie, but we got him high in the middle. These cats are counting up in Youngstown. Tan the club up. And there be something might left snub us. It's real in the field, in the bus state. Kept your tray 8. I'm coming through on air there. You feel it crazy. From Cincinnati to Dayton, these cats are locked and waiting, so you better lay low. From Mansfield to Canton, you hear them hollering, chanting, saying Ohio. From Toledo to Georgetown, know these cats ain't playing around. Keep your mouth closed. It's Ohio, the blood state, Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. It's Ohio, the heart of it all. We raw dogs, up the mighty mental death. We got love for the rest. On the west, they rapping gangsta. On the east, they love they pay. But down south is big, different. Midwest got all that flavor. 3 in 1 is Trinity. That taste for you to say. All my players in the mid, raise offensive bombs. Bombs, nigga, long this. In the club, bump this. Always Poise down for y'all. Cause you know the city bringing it. How we living in zone. Cause they got it all twisted. If you don't know the name, it's Ohio all day. Still think it's they stain. Come and step into the flames and burn. All your suckers gon' learn. Make it step to shoot. Swing versus mega. Then we drop it like Vegas on bombs. Remain calm. Buck say raise your arms. Now everybody rep where you from. Yeah. From Cincinnati to Dayton, these cats are locked and waiting, so you better lay low. From Mansfield to Canton, you hear them hollering, chanting, saying Ohio. From Toledo to Georgetown, know these cats ain't playing around. Keep your mouth closed. It's Ohio, the blood state, Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio.
That's what's up, Lost City. Y'all repping Lorraine, Ohio. Booking and contact info 216-323-1730.
Opportunity can be everywhere yet nowhere for inner city teens without a vision of their place in the world or a map to help guide them. Poise Entertainment Education Company, a Cleveland-based nonprofit organization, provides opportunity and guidance through educational and vocational events targeting careers in the entertainment industry. To volunteer your time, to make a tax-deductible contribution, contact us now. Poise, helping the youth of Cleveland find their place in the world.
Again, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we have Jerry Anderson, sales director. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jerry.
Great to be here, Jerome. Thank you for having me.
By all means. Now, Jerry, talk to us about how you managed to get into the field of sales manager with the Cleveland City News,
Okay.
and express yourself about how all of this came about.
Okay. Well, I'd been in sales, insurance sales, for about 20 years. And I sort of decided to make a career change. So I met Lady Gilmore. She was recruiting for Cleveland City News. And we talked, and I gave her a resume. And she forwarded it to Mr. Crosby. He then called me in for a meeting. We agreed on the terms, and here I am. After about 3-4 months, I came in as a sales associate, strictly selling advertising. And then after about 3 or 4 months, I was moved into the position of sales manager, and the rest is history, and I'm enjoying myself.
Brother Jerry, I have a question.
Go right
Give us some of your challenges, because we want our young people to know the obstacles is out there, but how do we jump over?
Okay. Well, the obstacles can get big sometimes, but my thinking is that they're never bigger than all the experience that I've had in talking with people, understanding what they want to do, and understanding what our publication can do for them. So what I basically do is find out what a client wants to do, how they want to be exposed to, in particular, the African American community, because that's the target market that City News operates in. And then I show them how our publication can inform, enlighten, and influence the people that read our publication, so that they'll be able to take advantage of and make use of the products and services of our advertisers.
Thank you, Brother Jerry. Now, if someone wants to get a hold of you, give us a name and number.
Jerry Anderson, the number is 216-881-0799, and I'm on extension 234. You can email me at sales, S-A-L-E-S, at citynewsohio.com. City News Ohio, all one word.
Through your trials and your tribulations and your obstacles and your hurdles, what made you know that you can do it?
Basically, Jerome, what makes you know that you can do it is answering the bell every day and getting the job done. Once it's done, you don't have to talk about or wonder about whether or not you can do it. When you're preparing to do it, and you prepare, because preparation is extremely important.
Very much so.
You can't go in to see an individual to talk to him about spending dollars with you to advertise in your publication unless you've done a little research on him, have some idea as to what his needs are. So preparation is the key. When you get there, you have to know in your mind that you can get the job done.
We wish you much success at City News, and we thank you for being here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum.
Jerome, thanks again for having me.
You're quite welcome.
Welcome Anthony Wilson to Poise Entertainment at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're so glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
And Anthony is our marketing coordinator for City News.
Thank you, Lady Gilmore, for inviting me.
Well, we're so glad to have you here. Being a young man at City News, what can you say that in the position you're in to encourage someone that may want to stand in your shoes?
Well, I would say definitely to fight past all your obstacles, because all your obstacles help you to get past other obstacles. So if you want to get anywhere in life, you got to face what you have in front of you first. And you could get anywhere you want to, so do what you have to do to get there.
Well, in facing that, with you being our Black Expo coordinator for the Black History Month celebration in Randall Mall, February 26, 2005, give us a push and let them know how you handling that particular assignment.
Oh, this is a great event. I mean, there's no obstacles with this Black History Expo. There's just people coming in inviting to be in the expo because they know it's a spectacular event. We're educating the Black community on Black history at the Randall Park Mall, February the 26th.
And we want to thank Brother Jerome Smith, Poise Entertainment Education, for having us here, because Brother Smith, this is what he is spending his life on, getting our young people educated and involved in this industry. Right, Brother Smith?
Very much so. And I want to say thank you, Anthony, and thank you, Lady Gilmore, for your great expertise. And just thank you guys for coming out, sharing your guys' expertise and knowledge with the Cleveland community. Now, going back to Anthony. Anthony, we know, and this is our favorite question, and we're not going to let you go until you give us some insight or some advice. Through your trials and through your tribulations, what made you know that you can do it?
Well, first off, I do believe that everyone has their different set of obstacles, their different set of trials and tribulations which make them who they are. So with me, it's just from the beginning to now, everything that you go through make you who you are. So I wouldn't be who I am standing here right now unless I was committed to be Anthony Wilson. So you got to be committed to be who you are to get where you're going.
I want to say, Lady Gilmore, you have been a wonderful, great host here with Poise Entertainment Education and the Cleveland City News, and we thank you for all of your great wisdom and all of your great input. We look forward for you to come back again, Lady Gilmore, and continue to help educate our children, our parents, and Anthony, for you, I just think that you are awesome, and we wish you much success with your endeavor, and may God bless you and your family. And I want to say thank you again for being here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
I want
Museum.
to thank you for having a great partner like Mr. Smith involved with our Black History Month Expo. This is what makes our Black History Month Expo so special. People like Mr. Smith here.
Yes, it does.
That's what we have.
And well, thank you. Thank you, Lady Gilmore, as well. Thank you for a wonderful job that you are doing.
Thank you, my
And
brother.
peace with you.
Peace with you.
Opportunity can be everywhere yet nowhere for inner city teens without a vision of their place in the world or a map to help guide them. Poise Entertainment Education Company, a Cleveland-based nonprofit organization, provides opportunity and guidance through educational and vocational events targeting careers in the entertainment industry. To volunteer your time, to make a tax-deductible contribution, contact us now. Poise, helping the youth of Cleveland find their place in the world.
L-Town, get yours. Get your money, man. E-Town, get yours. Get your money, man. O-B, get yours. Get your money, man. Cleveland, get yours. Get your money, man. Detroit, get yours. Get your money, man. Chi-Town, get yours. Get your money, man. St. Louis, get yours. Get your money, man. Yo, Philly, get yours. Get your money, man.
I had too many problems with too many honeys. Too much game, but not too much money. I never have enough of that. If I get $1 million, I'm gonna double that. You see the trouble, black hustles never satisfied. So I watch my back, cause hustle's gonna be after mine. And I'm after theirs, and after I get it, I'm after yours. I don't care, it's all clear. Love and war on this battlefield. If I make it up the hill, come on, don't be active. I wanna see everybody build, stack the dollar bills. Don't you feel what I'm saying all day? I get it mine, you can get it your way. Cause if I get paid and you get paid, we can all get paid. Get your money made. If I get paid and you get paid, we can all get paid. Get your money made. You gotta get your money made. You gotta get my pockets right. I'm gonna go till the day I die. That's how a hustler live his life. Gotta get your money made. Gotta get my pockets right. I'm gonna go till the day I die. That's how a hustler live his life. I'm in the game doing it. Give me the mic, watch me abuse it. I'm the livest on the wildest, breathing on tracks, get used to it. I be the type that like my shine bright. Get yours, I'm getting mine, it's like day and night. Get the cheddar, man. That's the anthem we chanting. From LA to Manhattan, I hear nothing but hands clap. Standing ovation, these city boys swept the nation. We got this here locked, so player haters quit hating. While you at it, stop the front, and there's enough dough to make. I'm getting mine, get yours before it's way too late. See, black, I love this game. I keep my pockets on swole, that's why I make money, stack that bankroll.
Base those, we take those, break those, we'll make those. Fat sacks and cakes, they kind of thing, no.
That's how we roll, no doubt. Break bread with this ill committee. Lost City, make history. If you ain't blind, then come see. I get greedy when necessary. For mine, it's a little scary. Very wise and word selection connected only with veteran. Hustle game, that's my word, no doubt. And yo, I put it on my name. Get your money, get your money.